Before the opening of the Munich Security Conference, the new chairman of the forum, Christoph Heusgen, said that deputinization of Russia was necessary to restore German-Russian relations.
We see how systematically Putin's disinformation about this aggressive war in his own country works, how he manipulates the public. He wants people to believe his story about the West attacking Russia and that the Nazis are attacking him again. I called it deputinization, which is necessary and will not be easy. Christoph Heusgen, chairman of the Munich Security Conference, in an interview with Deutsche Welle.
Russia's war against Ukraine became one of the main topics on the first day of the Munich conference. The forum was opened with a video message from the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. Last year, he attended the conference in person and back then called on the world to do everything to prevent a full-scale Russian invasion into Europe.
The main message of Ukraine then was that it was impossible to make concessions to the aggressor to satisfy his whims. In that context, we can say that then the message was heard after the start of the aggression. Russia was condemned, and after that there was an increase in both support for Ukraine and sanctions against the aggressor.
This year, Volodymyr Zelensky said that the Russian Federation planned to start a coup d'etat in Moldova and invade its territory using the unrecognized proxy state of Transnistria. The president also called for the common determination of other countries to stop Russian destabilization of Europe.
We need to hurry up. We need the speed of our agreements. There is no alternative to speed, because it is the speed that the life depends on. Delay has always been and still is a mistake. While we negotiate how to strengthen our defense with modern tanks, the Kremlin is thinking about ways to strangle Moldova.
German Prime Minister Olaf Scholz called on all Western partners to speed up the supply of tanks to Ukraine as much as possible. He also added that Germany will contribute to this process, provide logistics and replenishment of ammunition, as well as train Ukrainian military personnel.
Dazu gehört, dass alle
All those who can deliver such battle tanks now should actually do so. Defense Minister Pistorius, Foreign Minister Baerbock and I are also campaigning intensively for this here in Munich. We will do what Germany can do to make this decision easier for our partners, for example by training Ukrainian soldiers here in Germany or support with supplies and logistics. Putin's revisionism will not win. On the contrary, Ukraine is more united than ever. The European Union stands united and behind Ukraine's future EU membership.
In turn, French President Emmanuel Macron, who has repeatedly advocated the continuation of dialogue with Russia, changed his rhetoric. During his speech, Macron said that now was not the time to negotiate with Moscow.
We absolutely need to intensify our support and our effort to help the resistance of the Ukrainian people and its army, and help them to launch a counteroffensive which alone can allow credible negotiations determined by Ukraine, its authorities and its people. We are ready to intensify our efforts during the next few months and weeks, as they will be decisive. We must be decisive.
As in 2022, there will be no Russian government delegation at the Munich conference, which was previously traditionally headed by the head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov. On the other hand, this year a record number of Russian oppositions and activists have been invited to the forum.
The invitation of the Russian opposition, in my opinion, is a strong message, but a message not to Putin himself, but to the Russian elites, who are shown that the West is not ready to talk with Putin, that in order to look for a place for the future of Russia, they need to work not with the modern Russian authorities, but the other forces.
US Vice President Kamala Harris, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak are present at the second day of the conference, and the Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba will take part in a panel discussion with the German counterpart Annalena Baerbock and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. This time, Ukraine is represented by the largest delegation in the history of the forum at the conference, including Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov and other Ukrainian politicians. The Munich Security Conference will last until February the 19th. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Yulia Bil, UATV News.